don't think, I don't think they're doing that bad of a job. But maybe that's just because I like to see
something
I like a lot of the guys in TNA. You know what I mean? I like the AJ Styles, and I used to love the Petey Williams, and even Jimmy Rave was a great talent as well. But I mean, all those guys that I just mentioned are gone. There's still guys over there, in the X division that have made names for themselves. I think the Knockouts division over there is good to watch. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like to see the Ring of Honors, like I said, and the TNA succeed. But nonetheless, we're going to debate that, man. So make sure you check out Impact. You got a T-vote, right?
Yep. I actually sent, when I spoke to you earlier and told you that I didn't really get a chance to see it, I actually did have a season ticket for TiVo, and I do have this past Thursday's episode. But I will absolutely watch it this Thursday, and I'm going to make it religiously and try to watch it before the show comes on the air. I mean, just because you're right. I mean, I was never a big WCW fan, but I switched from back and forth when WCW has some really cool, awesome stuff on TV, and I'm a fan of TV. I'm a fan of wrestling, and if there's something that's coming out there that's appealing to me, I don't care if it's TNA, I don't care if it's WWE or any other organizations out there, it's going to appeal to me, and I'm going to go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, definitely do that so we can come back and debate it, because I watch TNA every Thursday night, and by the time that 2-hour show is over, by the time that ends at 11 o'clock, I'm impressed. I'm happy. I watched what I feel is a good wrestling show every Thursday night for 2 hours, and that's just, maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's just because I like to see the smaller guys succeed. I like to see that 1.3 rating. I'd like to see it get bumped to a 1.4, you know what I mean? I like that kind of stuff. So give Impact a try. Like you said, you got a T-vote, and then watch it again this Thursday night. Spike TV, 9 to 11 Eastern Time. And no, they don't pay me to say that. What else? Let's do some plugs here. Get this out of the way, and then we'll get into Monday Night Raw from last night. That was you watched it. Great show, right?
It was good. It was overall good. There was a couple of angles, that they simply go back to it every single time, and I'm talking about assault and arrested and bring out the cops.
Oh, dude, I hated that. The first part, the thing I hated, I didn't like the fact that Randy Orton came out and then, challenged Edge for the title, at WrestleMania. And then it was all right, and then Triple H comes out, and all of a sudden, Randy Orton changes his mind. Triple H talks a little smack, and Randy Orton, I don't know, I just didn't like the way it was done. But nonetheless, we'll get to that. We'll get to that here in just a minute when we run down Monday Night Raw. You guys can check out the official website of WZR Radio at wzrOnline.com. We got lots of news up there, lots of other good stuff. WZROnline.com. Change your bookmarks, guys. Bookmark us. Get it done, WZROnline.com. We have no TNA Impact tapings tonight. They were taped last Monday and Tuesday. And, man, I know they were taped last Monday and Tuesday because the amount of text messages that I got from a fan that was in attendance, man, oh, man. There was 116 text messages sent on Monday night last week. And then on Tuesday night, right, he held them. I didn't tell you guys this because it's been a week, but on Tuesday night, he typed all these text messages up, okay, and they were all separate. And he didn't send them until I went off the air. And then at about 9:15, all of a sudden, the phone went beep, 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 beep. He sent 50 text messages, and they all came in a row. So he had them all saved up and then just sent them all out at one time, and they just kept coming and coming. And that was immediately after we went off the air last week. So, whatever. We're going to do it next week, too. He's going to, like I said, we don't have any Impact tapings tonight, but next week he's going to be there, and he's going to send the Impact spoilers my way again, hopefully, as one, as a whole. You know what I mean? Not separate.
Rather than getting about 50 or 60 text messages. Then again, you may feel a little bit more important. You make better friends that are like, damn, why are you calling me? Call back.
Yeah, right? What else, man? So no Impact tapings, and then we got SmackDown tonight. We have a double SmackDown taping. I think they're at the Mohegan Sun Is that right?
Oh, that's right, man. You
were supposed to be there. That's right. You were going to go to that, right?
I was gonna try to, and then obviously staying an extra day, that threw a monkey wrench, and until you just mentioned it, now I completely forgot that they were Mohegan. So.
Yeah, they're doing a double SmackDown taping there tonight. So we'll have live spoilers up, not on this show, because we might have some. We may have some before we go off the air, and if we do, we'll be sure to give them to you. But it's a double SmackDown taping tonight, being taped probably right now, probably starting around right now, because they're out on the East Coast. So they start around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So we'll see what we can do before we go off the air. If we get anything, we'll give it to you here live, baby, live on WZR Radio. What else, man? You went on the trip, so you had a good time. My weekend was, wasn't that good. We got pounded with that snowstorm yesterday and Sunday night, so that kind of sucked. Like I said, we got about 8 inches up here. It's time for, actually, you know what? We have to, this weekend, this Saturday night, we set the clocks forward. You have to do that.
Is it really?
Yeah, so the days are going to
get... They did it. They're doing it early again, or they changed it last year, I think. Now you do it, 4 weeks early or something like that? And 4 weeks late?
I'm not sure what it is. I know it's Saturday night. You guys got to set your clocks forward 1 hour. So don't forget to do that, because you'll be late for us next week. But what else? So I'm going to look at an apartment tomorrow, man. Actually, for you guys that are diehard fans, I said that I was going to move down to Florida, but I'm actually going to look at an apartment tomorrow to see if I can avoid that, because I'd like to stay up here for just a little bit longer, and then if I had to, I would eventually go down to Florida. But I'm going to look at an apartment tomorrow. It's a lot cheaper than the place to live at now, so that's good. We'll see how it goes tomorrow, and maybe by next week, maybe I'll have a new apartment and a new setup and a new place to do this thing from. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Oh my God, are you a boxing fan?
I find it occasionally, not too much, but occasionally when I flip the channels around, if I see something that's pretty good.
Dude, we had Juan Manuel Marquez versus Juan Diaz boxing on Saturday night. It was for free on HBO. Fight of the year, dude. I mean, do you know Gotti Ward? Have you ever heard of Gotti Ward in
I've
boxing?
heard of him.
Where they just go out there and they beat the shit out of each other. I mean, these guys went out for 11 rounds, and then it ended in a knockout. But man, for 11 rounds, it was brutal to watch. I mean, I was just watching. We were all yelling here. We had a couple buddies over, and that was amazing. One of the best boxing fights that I've ever seen in my life. So if you they might replay that this weekend on HBO. So if you got
HBO is definitely good for re-airing fights.
Yeah,
3 or 4 times throughout the entire month. Usually around the 2 or 3 o'clock a.m. hour. But if you have the TiVos of the world, or any other, recorder, you can certainly record it or go online and look for it that way.
The TiVos of the world, man. That's what I got to get, the TiVo, man, because I always miss stuff.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, dude, check this out. You ready for this? If you guys get HBO, if you get HBO, there's this new show on, right? It's called Eastbound and Down, all right? I'm telling you, if you guys are into comedy and you want to see one of the best shows, it's made by Will Ferrell. He's the
used car salesman guy, right?
Yeah, dude, the used car sales. Oh, it's awesome, dude. You got to check it out. They aired the 3rd episode on Sunday night. It airs Sunday nights at 10:30, but it's on HBO on demand. So if you get that, you guys can go in there and check it out at any point. But Eastbound and Down, it is the most hilarious sitcom that I've ever seen, ever. I mean, it is. I sat there on Saturday night. I've never laughed so hard. I watched the first one and then I watched the second one. Unbelievable, man. Just hilarious. So Eastbound and Down, you guys, man, check it out. Check it out if you get HBO. That's all I can say. And if you don't, you're missing out on a great comedy. What else? Oh, comedy. You ready for this? Jimmy Fallon started last night in place of Conan O'Brien. Listen, all right. I'll give him a chance. All right. I'm not gonna say that this isn't gonna work out just yet. I love the setup. I love the band. The Roots are his house band. Love everything. But Jimmy Fallon, the stand-up, like the opening monologue that he did last night, beyond brutal to watch. And then the interview, he had Robert De Niro on there, and then he had Justin Timberlake, and he was nervous. That's the best way to put it. You could tell he was nervous. If the crowd didn't react to one of his jokes in the opening monologue, he wouldn't know what to do. He'd just kind of stand there like, okay. Whereas if it was